So I want to talk about how meditation can work as a protective measure and a preparatory measure for psychedelics. So let's say you've been meditating for a while already and you're considering doing a psychedelic. That's great news because you're already prepared and you don't even know it. In meditation, you practice over and over again how to stay grounded, how to stay calm when difficult emotions arise during the meditation, when difficult memories come up, when strange thoughts come, when you perceive strange things in your mind's eye. We're training in accepting, letting go, letting be, and just being open no matter what arises. That's a pretty common meditation instruction. So if you've been practicing that for years, that'll help you when you go on your psilocybin trip and you start seeing snakes and dragons flying through your mind. You won't react in a strong way or in a negative or a frightened way. You'll just be open, accepting, and grounded during the experience. In meditation, with repeated training, you learn to stay attentive to whatever your object is, whether it's feeling the breath or feeling a part of your body. You learn to pay attention in a consistent way. And that can help when you're having a psychedelic journey too, to stay present, because it's actually possible to forget that you're journeying during the journey, to even fall asleep during a journey. You might miss some of the subtleties. So if you train to stay attentive during meditation, that'll help you during the journey. Again, being open to new or strange emotions or things you see. An enhanced capacity for delayed gratification. Now this one's more subtle. In meditation, sometimes it's just a horrible experience, but it's just over and over again being open to whatever arises, and you're hoping for something to occur for you, spiritually speaking, in time. So you learn patience. I've heard people have disappointing experiences with psychedelics, like, I wanted this thing to happen, it didn't happen, or it wasn't as strong as I wanted it to be. Basically, training as a meditator is a maturation process. You learn patience, you learn acceptance, which maybe without that training, or if you're a younger person, you want the result now. I want this to happen today. I want this journey to be the one that answers all my questions. But meditating teaches you that life doesn't work that way. Enhanced capacity for self-inquiry, enhanced resiliency and emotional self-management. So there are different meditations. Some can increase your level of happiness or feelings of compassion for others or for yourself, which is really important because during a journey, you could start to go down the drain and start to have a bad trip, right? Fear, anxiety, confusion, profound sadness. But if you've been meditating for a while, you know how to grab the stick on the airplane and pull it out of that dive and bring yourself back up. So you have more capacity for monitoring and managing your own emotions. A flexible sense of self, like what is the self? In meditation, you start to see that what you see in the mirror isn't really all of who you are, which is really important because your sense of self can dissolve in a very powerful way with psychedelics. And if you're not used to that, if you're not used to experiencing the dissolution of self, that can be pretty upsetting or frightening. And that's why a lot of people think about psychedelics with end-of-life anxiety. If you have a diagnosis and you're scared of death, psychedelics are a beautiful way to prepare for that. They help you. It's like a dress rehearsal for the dying process. You feel uncomfortable. You start to see things that aren't in the room. Your sense of self starts to dissolve. So practicing that on the psychedelic and all the beautiful spiritual messages you can get helps you prepare. And a lot of people are able to relax and let go, and they're more accepting. They come to acceptance of their own mortality. A capacity for not knowing. So meditators understand that when you sit down at a session, you don't know what's going to happen during that meditation session. You're just waiting, getting ready to be open to whatever. Same thing during a psychedelic journey. Then the capacity to know. If you meditate for a long time, you start to understand all the habitual ways your mind operates. First I think about that, then I think about that, I think about my dad, I think about my high school girlfriend, then I think about my car, then I think about lunch, and somehow they're all linked together. We just know, oh, this is what my mind does. And knowing how your mind operates will inform you during the psychedelic journey too. You start to have a deeper understanding of why these certain things came up. Meditation is a beautiful way for setting your intention, considering, why do I want to do this? Why do I want to trip? What am I trying to answer for myself? And it's not so much meditation, but it's the art of thinking. It's like sitting quietly and thinking deeply is becoming a lost art. It used to happen more often because people didn't have ways to distract themselves. People didn't have mobile phones, or even before TVs or radios, people would sit and think. Einstein came up with some of his greatest ideas just sitting quietly and thinking, and we're losing that art. So meditation is sort of a structured way to sit in silence and think deeply, and this really develops your capacity to develop strong intentions for your journey. And then integration. Integration is important, but it's not such a big deal that you have to pay someone to help you integrate. If you meditate after your journey and for the rest of your life, you'll be integrating all the beautiful things that happen during your journey, which is really important, because when that window or that door opens up during the journey, giving you access to that deeper reality, you can't hold on to it, and you can't use psychedelics every day of your life, or even every week, or even every month. That's a lot. Some people have, but might not be recommended. So how do you access that state? How do you access that deeper knowing of yourself if you can't trip so often? Well, meditation is a way to link up with that memory, because it's still in you. That knowledge, the wisdom, the openness is still in you, and meditation is a way of remembering and recalling the lessons that came to you during your psychedelic journey.